Fans from all around the world, welcome back to another episode of MPJ. I'm Nigel, we have Trish, we have William, and we have Pete, and Simon can't join us today. We are reviewing the latest rock albums. This episode, we're reviewing 3 albums, very much that metalcore kind of theme. August Burns Red and Season of Surrender, Stitched Up Heart, Medusa, and 100 Demons Embrace the Black Light. Let's see if we're going to embrace the black light of metalcore, and I probably think you probably know where I'm going to be coming from. So August Burns Red, then, Pete. Is this a band that you'd heard of before? Is this something that you'd come across, or first time listen?
You're asking me, a metalcore fan who grew up in the zeros, if I've heard of August Burns Red.
Well, yeah,
you're asking me.
I think you'll find that if we rewound the tape, that I did that. Yes,
you did indeed ask me that. Okay,
I did in fact ask you that. Yeah.
Just so we're communicating clearly here.
Yeah. So if you're struggling with a question, I can come back.
No hablo inglés.
So that'll be a yes. You've heard of August Burns Red, then. So
I actually mentioned them in the last podcast because I was talking about classic zeros metalcore, and when you talk about classic zeros metalcore, Will back me up here. Like the first bands that come to mind are like All That Remains, Killswitch Engage, and August Burns Red. You know, am I missing anything here, Will?
You've pretty much hit it on the head there, my friend.
Exactly. You know what's up. So yeah, very happy to have this back into my life. This just brings me back because they bring that classic zeros metalcore sound. The riffs are just like amazing. Like when you listen to this, I feel like I'm 20 again. It's amazing. Yeah. Ooh. So much to unpack here. Like Stank Face came out right away. The breakdowns are amazing. The tempo changes are perfect. There's a blast somewhere in the album. You gotta have a blast on a zeros metalcore album, you know. Standout song to me was Whispers Like Splinters. They do switch it up a little bit because there's some cleans in there, which is not very typically zeros metalcore per se, but can be there, of course. So maybe something for you to enjoy as well, Nige. And when they do the cleans, it is lovely. It is soft. It is beautiful. And when they do the zeros metalcore, it just slaps you in the face just with the right amount of power. It's beautiful. I love this.
Talk about beautiful and just in the right places. Trish?
Okay. So August Burns Red, Season Surrender. Someone like me, I enjoy metalcore, screamo, and harsh vocals as we've known over the years. And I went into this album expecting that it would be right up my street. However, I found this lean much further into progressive and heavier territory than I personally prefer, and it made it difficult for me to connect with the album. There's no denying the musicianship on display. Really good guitar work in technical drumming. For me, though, the constant intensity and technicality made it hard to find memorable moments or hooks that encourage repeat listens. The guest collaborations added variety, with artists like The Devil Wears Prada and Jamie Hales from Polaris. These bring different dynamics and energy, but they weren't quite enough to make the album stand out as a whole for me. That's not to say it's a bad album, far from it. It's produced well. It just simply sits on the heavier, more intricate end of the spectrum from my personal taste. But, I found it, admirable more than enjoyable. And, I respect what the band has recreated. It's just not an album that I'll be returning to very often.
Bravo!
Good shout out on the feature trip. Almost forgot that. A lot of good features on this album.
Bravo, Trish. William.
Oh, this was from the word go, as soon as this album started, as Pete was saying, immediate stank face, it starts going, oh, hits you straight where you want it to be. Oh, this is an absolutely wonderful experience of an album. Not to just entirely echo everything that Pete was saying.
Why not?
It's fantastic, really good. I'm just going to repeat your words, but in a posh Surrey English accent instead of a Dutch.
Romance still blooming.
No, it's so good. The vocals are fantastic. Instrumental is brilliant. Each song just goes from strength to strength to strength. This is just an all-round fantastic album. A few bits where it could have been. It's not quite on the level of some of the for me greats out there, but still, that's saying like, oh, they're not as good to me as Electric Callboy or Future Palace, which like my top things ever. So you can't really beat that. This is no, I'm just going to keep blazing it, but this is a fantastic experience. Great listening.
Nige, what did you think? You're definitely on the
It's a
same page as me as
5.
well here.
Oh, God.
I think the face says it all.
Just
Oh God.
just white noise, isn't it? I mean, it's just like there were the odd moments of clarity, and it wasn't. They're not the heaviest metalcore band that I've kind of had to listen to, but it was just. To me, it was just all blurred into one. I think musically, again, it's frustrating because there were moments in there. Musically, the tempo was good, the music was good, but vocally, it was just full on. Really, it didn't really stop. There were the odd moments of clarity, but of clear vocals, but they weren't nowhere near enough or long enough to really kind of justify any sort of listening level for me. It was just all right. I could have it on in the background and not have to go, oh fuck, this is killing me. Like one of the albums that we're going to talk about. So it wasn't all skip, but it was 3/4 skip or half skip, and do you know what I mean? It was, I mean, I've listened. It's interesting. If you listen to metalcore long enough, you'll get to hear the words. It's like a different language. Well, it's not. It's still all gobbledygookly, giggly mess for me. It just doesn't really. And I suppose I don't want to. I suppose I've got to that stage now where I know that what I like and what I don't like, and constant screamo, constant harsh vocals right through the album isn't something that kind of resonates with me, and so it's never going to do that. There will be some odd surprises coming up, but for me, no, this is definitely not an album for me in the absolute slightest. But I've heard worse. I've heard worse, particularly on the metalcore front. So let's find out then, shall we? What our listening pleasure then? Let Pete will start off in fine fashion then, Pete. I think it could be a rare one, Pete.
5!
Wow!
5! Let's go!
It's rare. It's a rare 5. Trish?
I gave it a 2.
That's not a 5.
That's the wrong number.
It's not a 5.
That's
Correct.
It's a 5.
Let's try again.
William?
I've become harsher in my old age, and it's the strongest 4 I've ever given.
I know.
What?
My 5s need to be like super exceptional now.
Yeah,
and it's like,
do you know what? I know what you mean. I think it's for all of us this year as well, really, isn't it?
I've been doing this show for so long now.
Yeah.
I know what the problem is. You're too young. It doesn't have the nostalgia factor for you.
That's it.
Probably. Simon, give this a 3.5.
Okay.
So pretty solid. I give this a 1.5. And there is only 5 of us. We don't lose any votes from him, not because I've switched Lauren around. She'll be back with you guys next month. So a score of 2. Yeah, so that was a score of 3.2, which basically will it's in our top 500 albums of all time. Give it that much.
Damn, Lauren would have appreciated this.
And in our top 50 albums of the of the year so far. So it's not going to get into our Hall of Fame, and it's not going to get into our Album of the Year show. Sorry, Pete. You wouldn't even have it as a wild card, I'm afraid. Anyway, so 2-word review then. Pete, 2 words.
Oh, I have a good one for this. This is what we call a classic beauty.
But why are you trying to describe Trish for every time? I told 2 words for the album, not for your fellow.
Because what else is there to talk about?
Yeah,
what am I going to talk about this time, Trish?
You're right. Trish,
Oh, I love
Trish.
boys. Okay. A cycle to relinquish.
Whoa.
Cycle to relinquish. Okay, that's 2 words you're going to have to think about, really, aren't you? Will?
I use my 2-word review to play on the title of the album.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said you had to think about it, woman. I mean, I didn't say it was shit, did I? I just said you have to think about it. Chill.
Can I copy that?
William.
I am a much more simple man of my words, and I shall simply say beautiful metalcore.
I'm going to go on the lines of the critical thinker. Go away now.
That's a Will and Pete-esque review there.
Absolutely. So we'll move on then to Stitched Up Heart and Medusa. I'd not heard of them before. Had anybody heard of them before? Anybody? Hands up, whoever hold your peace, all new to us as well. Hell of a lot of collaborations, wasn't it? Trish, what do you think? You're on mute, by the way, before you forget where you're at.
I know.
Oh,
We're professionals here, Nigel. We're professionals.
Wow,
okay.
Really? I'll show you all the outage, are we, of people not being professional with their mutes on.
That would incline he's paying us.
I'd never heard of the band before and had never listened to any of their music. After hearing this album, all I can say is, where have they been all my life? I absolutely loved everything about this album. The lyrics are powerful, vocals, perfect mix of clean singing and screamos, really up right my street. Every track packed with intensity and emotion, making it an album that's impossible to switch off. My favourite track has to be Love and Death featuring Austin John Winkler. Incredible song. Collaborations throughout the album are fantastic and really add something special. Other standout tracks for me include Glitch Bitch, Medusa, Beast. Although honestly, I could keep listing songs because there isn't a weak moment on the album. This has been one of my favourite musical discoveries in a long time. If you're into alternative metal with crushing riffs, then you need this in your collection. An outstanding release from start to finish.
Wow. Follow that, William. What do you think, buddy?
I mean, this is solid, isn't it? There, that's my whole review. It's solid. No, I mean, from the get go, I always get a bit wary when I see an album with this many different collaborations in the song, because my brain automatically goes like, oh, what are you compensating by the fact you need to have all these collaborations in your song? But then each song hit and each song landed perfectly. Again, from the get go, awesome song. The vocalist is so strong. I like how in all the songs they use her vocals and play it off whoever they're collaborating it with. Like Glitch Bitch with Conquer Divide. I adore that band so much, and their voices work so well together. This is a band I've never heard before, but they're definitely going on my repeat playlists. If you're a fan of metalcore, female-fronted bands, anything like that, this is gonna be right up your street.
Pete, surely right up your street, this one.
Oh, because I'm not a teenage girl, but apparently I'm surrounded by them.
Have you seen me?
Not today, you're not.
No, but musically it's great, and when I started listening to the album, it was alright. But at some point, it just felt very childlike to me. I don't know what it is. Lyrically, melodically, I was just like, this. I'm not the target audience here. I even started skipping song at some point because it was just annoying me. Like, I'm not at a kid's birthday party here. Like, please go next. But I won't be too critical. Like, I feel that there's a lot of good elements to this album. I just feel like this is a band that needs to mature a bit. But they've already been active and around for over 10 years. So I don't hold out much hope that that's going to happen. But yeah, as I kept listening to this album, I just lost interest more and more as the songs progressed, even though it's not bad. It's just not for me.
How old are you, Pete? How old? Tell me your age, Pete. How old are you?
You can't ask a lady that question.
You're still in your 20s, is that right? You're still in your 20s or early 30s, is that right? You don't have to give me a precise age, but how are you? You're about half my age, aren't you?
Well, me?
Yeah, you, Pete. Yes, you, Pete.
I'm 37.
37, so not quite half my age, but not far off it. Pete, I think you're going through this phase, mate, where you're between this age, between you're losing your youth and you think you're becoming older and slightly more cynical, and I think this is your problem here because this fucking album was so much fun. It was fucking fun, Pete. All right, it wasn't immature. It was fucking fun, right? This album genuinely was just hilariously brilliant. I mean, it was absolutely. This was a real shock for me because I absolutely loved it. I absolutely. I couldn't. I had to give. Yeah, it wasn't my perfect album because sometimes towards the end it was very kind of, it was a bit too much metalcore in there. But I mean, sick. Listen to the lyrics. I was absolutely pissing.
That metalcore was a saving grace for this album.
And glitch bitch and everything else like that. This album was just absolutely genius. It was genius, right? It was just like, you know, and I harp on about, like, I could take some metalcore if it accentuates the album, and this is like almost the perfect version of that. You know, you wouldn't, you know, the most perfect version was kind of Linkin Park, but, you know, for my taste anyway. But this was just, this album was so much fun. I love sick. I couldn't hear it. I had that on repeat and hit my cool place. Glitch bitch, just absolutely fun. It just absolutely loved this album. Loved it. I think the collaborations were just genius. It all kind of merged into one. Her voice is just stupendous. It really was. You know, I wasn't expecting to you know, when you kind of go, well, all of these kind of metalcore, but it was, I wouldn't call this a metalcore album per se, but I think there's a lot of metalcore in there, but very much short, sharp, accentuated. Apart from the last maybe couple of tracks, there was a bit too much in there for me. But genuinely, absolutely took me by surprise. And I absolutely loved it. I just genuinely loved it.
Well, then I guess, excuse me, I have some neighborhood kids to yell at because they're playing loudly.
Yeah, well, I think you should, Pete. I think you should. So, yeah, I just thought it was terrific. I just genuinely.
It's just fun, isn't it?
Well, at some point, I think if it wasn't for the last few tracks, I think this could well be up there for my album of the year. The first 3/4 of this album, I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. I was semi-addicted. It was just, yeah. But anyway, there we go. Really cool. Really liked it. Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's find out our scores. Let's find out then what Simon obviously thought about it as well. Who did we start with? We started with. Did we start with you, Trish? I can't remember now. Who did we start with? We did start with Trish. Did we? Go on then, Trish. Let's hit it with your mediocre score.
5.
Wow, Trish's first 5 of the month. And they're becoming rarer, like all of us. William.
Once again, a very strong 4.
Ooh,
I couldn't put it higher than August Burns Red, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I also give this a 4. Simon give this a 4.5.
There's so much disappointment in Pete's eyes right now.
Absolutely shocking. So it comes down to Pete. Pete, a 3 or more from you gets this into our Hall of Fame.
Come on, Pete.
God damn it. I did give it a 3.
Yay!
Yay!
It was actually 2.5, but I just thought I'd make him regret giving it a 3. Anyway, 4.1. 4.1.
Nice.
It's some bullshit.
Which gets it into Hall of Fame. It actually it's in our top 10 albums of the year so far, joint top 10 albums of the year.
Amazing.
And in our top 120 albums of all time. When we've reviewed 704 albums, that's pretty damn impressive. I can't genuinely, sometimes you need a kind of a refresh and a wash before then coming on, but I'm going to listen to this album again. So, but I genuinely just really liked it. So, let's give our 2-word review, shall we? Then, Trish, would you give us your 2 words? Give us a summary of Stitched Up Heart.
Femme fatale.
Ooh, femme fatale. Ooh. Now, there's a couple of words you definitely want to have a think about. William.
They're the most stupid reviews. Less capitals. I don't like when albums have every song in capitals. It annoys me.
You are right. Yes. I don't know why they shout the titles of the song for on the listing, but there we go.
Just no need, isn't it?
No, there's no need. There's absolutely no need. Pete?
Baby metal.
Ooh.
Go on then. Oh, it's a baby metal, if you insist.
I'm not talking about the band Baby Metal. I'm just saying this is a metal for baby.
Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to go for a word and a symbol.
Ooh.
And I'm going to go my. There we go. That's a heart.
I love
My heart.
my heart.
My heart. Go my heart. Brilliant. What did you guys think out there? Well, you're going to get your chance because we've got one more to go in our kind of little segment here on metalcore and more heavier music. 100 Demons. We have 4 demons here, but we're reviewing 100 Demons. And Embrace the Black Night. Black Light, even the Black Light. Now, somebody who has embraced the Black Light and the darkness of power metal and metalcore. William,
Hi.
did you embrace the Black Light?
I tried, and I tried again, and I tried again. It's fine. It's something I seem to keep coming back to with a lot of these albums recently. It's just instrumentally pretty good, really enjoyable, but the guy's vocals to me just really let it down again. Like
I agree.
It's very generic way of trying to do this whole rah 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 kind of singing, but it just doesn't land for me. It doesn't have enough power, enough backing behind what he's trying to do.
Enough range. Well,
yeah, not enough Blair.
Never enough Blair.
Yeah, it's the lyric writing itself. Really, really solid lyrics, really solid songs, really solid music as a whole. But it's just those vocals to me really drop it down, and I find it came quite hard to be able to get through and appreciate what was actually here, because every time I start getting into it, and then I just started focusing on the vocalist again, it just dropped my listening pleasure down a lot more than I'd like it to. But that's saying it's a perfectly inoffensive album. It's not bad. It's not super amazing, but it's just, with a different vocalist or a different kind of singing, it could become so much better to me.
Pete, what about you then? Is this a band that you'd heard of before? What do you think?
No, I've not heard of them before. I'm glad Will got all of the business with the vocalists out of the way, so I don't need to touch on that again. I think we're all agreed on that, at least Trish, Will, and I. So yeah, this is some old school, straight up new wave of American heavy metal to me, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very simple, straight up music. And as you people know, like over the screen here, I have a cabinet hanging that holds my album collection. In that album collection is every single album that AC/DC ever released. And they're not exactly known for their complexity. You know, sometimes you're just in the mood for some old school, straight up, simple music. And that's very enjoyable, but it's something you need to be in a certain mood for. And that's just a contrast to what modern metal has become. Like after I finished listening to this album, I just put on some Lorna Shore, which I want to do because Lorna Shore is fucking amazing. If you listen to this album and then you listen to a modern deathcore album like Lorna Shore, how far metal has come, it's absolutely insane. Like, it's unbelievable that there used to be a time that this was just peak metal. It couldn't go faster or harder than this. If you compare this to what people are releasing now, it's a joke, but it's one I can laugh at and enjoy.
Joke and laugh and enjoy. Well, she's not a joke, but we'll laugh and enjoy her with dulcet tones. Trish, what do you think of 100 Demons?
This album is absolutely crushing from start to finish. Pounding drums, relentless guitars, guttural vocals, combining an intensely heavy listening experience. The band clearly knows exactly what they're aiming for, and they execute that with confidence. But for me personally, the sheer weight of the music became a little overwhelming. The vocals in particular are so deep and aggressive that it took the edge off my enjoyment, making the album harder to listen to over its full running time. That's entirely down, though, to my own listening preferences rather than any fault of the band's performance. One track I did like was The Cold Wind of the Crossroads. It struck the best balance for me, showcasing the band's intensity while remaining the most memorable song on the album. My personal taste shouldn't detract from what 100 Demons have achieved here. This album is made by artists who know exactly what their fans expect, and they deliver it with uncompromising power. It just sits outside of my own comfort zone, really.
I hated this one. I mean, I genuinely, absolutely. There was no redemption. There was no redeeming factor to this album whatsoever. It was one long guttural vocal from end to finish. Skipped,
End to finish.
Yeah, I tried to listen to it.
End to finish, start to finish.
To start to finish, it was just all a guttural, and I hate guttural. I mean, at least with screamo, you can have a more guttural screamo, which is just my absolute no. Get off my planet, get off my world, get out of my zone. Just absolutely, just everything about this album, I absolutely hated it. Couldn't stand it. Everything. And enough said, really.
And then And there we have it.
And there we have it. I don't want to lord over. Just for my listening pleasure, I just didn't like it. Right. Let's find out. Let's give our votes, will you? William, let's start with you then.
I was feeling very kind, and I gave it a 3 because I liked everything apart from the vocals.
Fair enough. Simon, give it a 4.
Wow.
Pete,
he likes the vocals.
Yeah, I'm feeling kinder than Will, and in the same state of mind as Simon. I gave it a 4.
You did. Trish,
I went down the middle and I gave it a 2.5.
I rarely give a 0 because I just feel that
Oh.
that's a bit unfair.
Oh God, here we go.
But I won't either give this a 0. I'll give it a 0.5. Musically, there seemed to be something in there, but yeah, not really my cup of tea at all, really. So unfortunately for you aficionados, only a 2.8. It got more than Master Plan. Master Plan got 2.6. So the top 600 albums of all time, and our not our worst album of the year, 65 out of 74 in terms of our albums, because we're very harsh this year. Well, that comes to the end of our segment. Apart from finalising 2 words. Trish, no, but William, let's hear your 2 words on this one.
New vocalist ?
Oh, shots fired.
And Pete?
I'm just kidding.
Good one, that one. I went for old school simplicity.
And Trish?
Enter the Eclipse.
Rubbish is my 2 words, sorry.
Rubbish.
And the more
Rubbish.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. Right, okay. Well, what do you lot think about that? What do you think about our 3 albums? Maybe what was your favourite? Subscribe, hit the comments below. That'd be amazing. Thank you very much. Well done to Stitched Up My Heart and Medusa. We'll get into our Hall of Fame. That's incredible. Well done. Who knows? Maybe they'll get a wild card for our album of the year. Or maybe they'll still be in the top 10 and automatically get in there. Who knows? We shall see. But in the meantime, thank you ever so much. Welcome back to Trish. Thank you to William. Thank you to Pete. Thank you again also to Simon, who's not here today. And keep safe and keep on rocking.
Oh,